Let's start the year right by setting our goals straight, especially when it comes to managing our personal finances. Joining us this morning is an entrepreneur, financial advisor, and the chairman of Colayco Foundation for Education, Mr. Francisco Colayco, to share with us tips on how we can save and make money this 2014. Good morning, Mr. Colayco.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Very early to think about money. Well, it's on everybody's top of
We
mind
should
this
think
new
of
year.
money and how to do it, or what to do with it.
In fact, my advice to couples, especially the first thing when they wake up after thanking the Lord for a new day, is to whisper a question
What's that question?
to your partner. Say, honey, magkano ka ngayon? How much are you worth today? You know, we take it for granted. We never ask that question. And yet we invest, we spend, and yet we don't know why we're doing it.
Ayaw natin maging mukhang pera daw. But this is a practical
But
thought.
it's reality.
That's right.
Like in our seminars, hardly 2% of participants know how much they were worth or they are worth.
Well, you have written
When I
many
asked them.
books on this
Yeah,
topic. And
right.
for Filipinos right now, as we start a new year, what would you say are the top things we should be thinking about for 2014?
Well, as I said, before thinking about anything else, you have to start from where you are. It's like taking a trip. I came here from where I live. I knew I'm coming from the fort, coming here to Solar. I knew I didn't have to go through Batangas. This is very clear. The
just have
to
destination is clear. The same with money. So you have to know where you start before you set your goals.
So you need to know how much
How
you're
much you are worth.
and what do you want to achieve financially.
That's the more important thing. What's your end game?
Okay.
Because people ask me all the time, sir, is this a good investment? What do I do with my money? I cannot answer that question unless I know what you want to achieve.
Yes.
And the simple mantra there is, you have to know how much you want, when you want it, and why.
Right.
Then I can give you a roadmap.
That's
Many
right.
people think there's just one formula for getting there,
yeah,
especially
yeah.
with all the investment options. What do you think? How do we filter through all of these options? Mutual funds?
Well, before we even think of investing,
You have that formula. I really remember that you have to first pay yourself.
yeah, that's the
Income
first rule.
minus savings.
That's the first rule, 80-20 rule.
Ah, yeah. What's that
Live
80-20 rule?
live within 80% of what you earn. There's an old book which is it's free at the Amazon. It's called The Richest Man in Babylon. There's only one message in that book. It says, part of what you earn is yours to keep. Part of what you earn is yours to keep. We forget that. We always spend, in fact, we spend more than what we earn. Generally, it's because of I think our mindset is not properly tuned to our needs. And the number one killer for money in financial matters is your choice of lifestyle. That's where we all fail. We always choose a lifestyle we cannot afford.
So you're saying 20% of your income must be set aside immediately as your savings.
Yes, it's to pay for your protection money,
Okay.
set aside for emergencies, and long-term investment. That's what you pay yourself. It's what you use to buy your future.
Yes.
You don't do that, you won't have a future. Unless you're born with so much that you can never outspend yourself.
Yeah.
But that's probably 0.1% of our population. So that doesn't really apply to all of us.
So,
Yeah. Actually, I have your book. It's Pera Pala Gawin Mo workbook.
Okay.
And this was after your Wealth Within Your Reach book. And
right.
this gives you parang a guideline on how to determine your net worth.
That's right.
Because like in
We've all been hearing about
in the
SALN.
paper, yeah,
No,
the SALN,
no,
diba? We're all
SALN,
talking the
statements of
politicians should have SALN, but you're saying that we should first also know our statements of assets,
We have to
liabilities,
know where
and
we
net
are.
worth.
We're
So
taking a journey. We have
that
to
is,
know where
in
we're
a
starting
nutshell,
from.
sir, what does the net worth? How do you come up with your net
Well, you
worth?
just list all the things you own, which you believe have value. You list that down. You list them to be to the last centavo, approximate values, and then you deduct all that you owe to your friends, to the bank, to your credit card, to your school, to your company, whatever it is. The difference is your net worth.
Okay, so once you know your net worth, you talked earlier about knowing your financial goals.
That's right.
I know it depends on your age and how much you want to earn, right?
That's right.
That's so, kasi many people are asking, like, if for example, I have like, how much should I be saving every month in order for me to get to where I want to be? I mean, how do we do that? I mean,
Well,
yeah.
that's the roadmap I've been thinking of. For example, I'll just have this simple chart that says if when you take a journey, there's distance, there's speed, and because of the speed, there is risk.
Okay.
Right? The same with money. There's how much destination, then how much your investment horizon, how much time you have, and then what rate of return average you want to achieve. That determines the safety of your money or not. Now, everything about money is all about risk.
Yes.
Everything that is, all gains are risk-driven. People focus on gains. We cannot control gains.
Yeah.
Risk, somehow we can control. But 90% of investors focus on the things they cannot control. It should be the reverse. Focus on the risk. When it comes to money, the risk management tool that we all have is available to all.
Yes.
Time.
Right.
Time reduces risk. Time increases the average return. Now, the operative word here is average. People want to shoot for the peak, the highest return,
Yeah, like for example,
and they end up with the biggest loss. Because that's life.
To be realistic.
Yeah,
right?
up
Yeah.
and down, up and down. I woke up this morning happy, fulfilled. Maybe this afternoon I'll get irritated.
Yeah.
Something happens. So happy, sad, happy, sad. At the end of the day, I ask the question, on average, was I happy? The same with money. On average, did you achieve a good enough return? That's the benchmark.
Yeah.
Not
it's
the highest
interesting.
return.
You have written books for OFW specifically, even children and women, on how they should be saving money. Maybe if we were to concretize your theories, could you give us an example? For example, why did you write specifically for women? How should women look at saving?
It's
for money?
because most of the people who ask questions are women.
Makulit sila.
Because a Filipino household, the matriarch in the Filipino household, the woman, the wife, holds the purse.
Right, she controls the budget.
Generally, yung macho Filipino, he goes home, this is the money, you manage it. He coopets his videoke money.
The drinking money.
Yeah, he already takes away his leisure money and gives what is left to the wife,
Okay.
and then expects the wife to make do.
I'll make magic out of it.
To make magic out of it.
It's a tough
It
job.
doesn't-
It's a very tough job. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough job.
Yeah.
And the poor woman who's busy with the household, taking care of the children, and sometimes they're not really equipped because they don't know what investment instruments are out there for small money. This is where we come in the Colayco Foundation.
Yes.
The killer, or the most difficult thing that I guess discourages people or prevents them from getting started is, I only have small money. And if I only have 1,000 pesos to save a month, where can I put it?
Where can you
Yes.
put it? If you,
It's not much. That's only 33 pesos a day. And that can go anywhere from 2.1 million when you retire to 15 million when you retire in 30 years.
with just 1,000 a month.
1,000 a month, 33 pesos a day, a bag of chicharon a day. That's 33 pesos. Now, that's something we spend every day. Cigarettes, soft drinks, things we don't really need, things we can defer. Why not develop the habit of setting aside 33 pesos a day? That's 1,000 pesos a month. Now, the next question is, where do I put it?
Yes.
Who will accept 1,000 pesos a month? Well, that's where we suggest you study and learn about collective investing.
Yes.
In Tagalog, bakas.
Bakas.
Babakas ako. Di ba? I only have so
Makisali
much.
ako.
Sa casino, ganyan eh. The minimum bet is 1,000. I only have 100. Sali ko. That's bakas. That's collective investing. And there are several instruments, which to me is the greatest social democratizer, a mutual fund. By law, a mutual fund must accept at first investment 5,000 pesos to get started. Once you're in, 1,000 pesos minimum is acceptable. Other instruments will require higher amounts, like insurance-linked mutual funds. They require big amounts to get started, 100,000 to 100,000. Then there is the instrument issued by banks, similar to mutual funds, It's called Unit Investment Trust Funds. They
UT.
start, I think the lowest is 15,000. But some banks will not accept less than 50,000.
Now, how do we know where to find the mutual fund to join in, or the UTF?
UITF.
UITF.
UITF generally, and any bank which with a trust department would normally have this, this kind of instrument.
Yeah.
Mutual fund is a private company. There's an association, and you can look at the website, icap.com.ph. They list all the funds, they list all the values of the funds every day. We just launched our own fund. It's called the One Wealthy Nation Fund. And it's managed by First Metro Asset Management. So it belongs to the family of funds of First Metro, which has achieved a very high average in the last 5 years, anywhere from 16 to 22%
A year.
per year. Of course, there were years when it went down, but there were years when it went up. But on average, the range was very positive. Some other funds also achieved similar results. But we have this One Wealthy Nation Fund, and we gave it to First Metro to manage it. This is addressed to the ordinary small investor who would like to save for his retirement or for the education of his children 10, 15 years down the road. Right? So if you invest there, the target of our fund is to give you growth, hopefully cash flow with regular dividends, at moderate risk.
Yeah.
At moderate risk.
Well, we've just had a crash course in finance with the finance guru, but all of this is available online. In fact, people can be members at One Wealthy Nation.
Nation.com.
Yeah.
That's
And of
right.
course, all of the Colayco Foundation's teachings can also be seen on Pesobilities, no?
That's right.
Pesobilities
At
TV.
ColaycoFoundation.com, all the links are there.
So and it's free. This is the
And
best
it's
part. You
free.
can
And
educate yourself.
Now
Yes.
we're launching a program. You want to join us, become a member. You'll have access
So
to
you
all
can-
this information.
So you can help us determine how much we should be saving a month in order to live a certain lifestyle at a certain age.
That's right. We should have our individual roadmaps.
Yes.
I cannot impose my roadmap to you or your roadmap to me.
Yes.
It doesn't work that way.
Yes.
Yes.
The
But-
older you get, the less money you need. But I think what we would like to promote is to inculcate in our youth that they have the best chances of success
Because they have time.
because they have time.
Yes.
Time.
Yeah.
All of us have it. We just blow it.
To use it wisely. That's right. Well, thank you very much for joining us this morning, Mr. Francisco
Thank
Colayco.
you. Thank
and
you
all
for
the best
having me.
on
Yes.
your journey, all our journeys. Good luck to
Yes.
us.
Good luck. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And once again, we had Mr. Francisco Colayco today.